have a son named Corey, or CM?
Yes.
And is Corey no longer with us?
Yes.
And what day did Corey pass?
April 2nd.
And what is Corey's date of birth?
May 1st, 2014.
And how old was Corey when he passed?
6.
And who is Corey's biological father?
The defendant,
And what is the defendant's name?
Christopher Gregor.
And have you known Christopher Gregor for several years?
Yes.
Now, calling your attention to Saturday, March 27th, 2021, did you attend Corey's flag football tryouts?
Yes.
And did you meet the defendant there?
Yes.
And did you have a conversation with the defendant about you taking Corey back to your home in Englishtown for visitation?
Yes.
And can you please tell the court about this conversation and what the defendant said?
The defendant just told me I could take Corey back for the weekend at my house.
Now, calling your attention to April 1st of 2021, at approximately 8:41, did you have a phone conversation at Jersey Shore Medical Center with the defendant in regard to where you were?
Yes.
And can you tell the court about that conversation?
Yes. The defendant called me and he wanted me to bring Corey home. He didn't want him at the hospital, but I insisted because he was there for a child abuse exam, and we started arguing and he just started verbally attacking me.
Give me that date and time again, Ms. Lento.
Sure, Judge. The question was for April 2nd, April 1st of 2021 at approximately 8:41 p.m.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Now, calling your attention to April 2nd of 2021 at approximately 3:30 p.m., did you have a phone conversation with the defendant in regard to your son, Corey?
Yes.
And can you tell the court what the defendant said in that phone conversation?
He told me Corey wasn't feeling good. That he was lethargic and he was throwing up and his legs hurt. He was just sick. And he asked me for Corey's insurance card and to send it to him.
And did the defendant tell you where he was taking Corey?
He said he was going to the hospital. He was taking Corey to the hospital.
And did he tell you which hospital he was going to take Corey to?
No.
Just check. Here's the copy for the judge. Your Honor, if I may approach what the witness, I do have marked what's been S-15-8 for identification. I also have a copy of the transcript to provide to the court.
Please. Thank you.
Do you have Breanna, I'm now showing you what's marked S-15A for identification purposes, and do you recognize that?
Yes.
And can you tell the court what that is?
The flash drive?
And are you familiar what's located on that flash drive?
Yes.
And what is located on S-15A is a audio conversation between you and Corey, correct?
Yes.
And that conversation is from April 2nd of 2021, correct?
Correct.
And that conversation occurred at about 9 a.m., correct?
Correct.
Now, did you record what's depicted on S-15A?
Yes.
And how did the recording occur?
What do you mean?
Was the audio recording recorded on your cellular phone?
Yes.
And did you purposely record this event or accidentally record this event?
Accidentally.
Okay, and how did you discover the existence of S-15A?
Detective Dennis Mitchell called me during the investigation and asked me if I knew about it, and he just wanted to know more about it.
Now, during the course of the investigation, did you provide your phone to Detective Mitchell?
Yes.
And Detective Mitchell works for the prosecutor's office.
Correct.
And did Detective Mitchell locate this audio recording on your phone, which you provided?
Yes.
Now, you are actually on that audio recording, correct?
Correct.
So you recognize your voice on the audio recording?
Yes.
And who else is on the audio recording in terms of you recognizing that person's voice?
Corey.
And you viewed this before you came to court today?
Yes.
Your Honor, permission to, well, I'm going to ask you this too. So I'm now showing you what's been marked S15B for identification, and can you tell us what that is?
It's a transcript of the video.
So did you, prior to coming to court today, review the audio video?
Yes.
And did you review this transcription and compare it to the audio video?
Yes.
And does that transcription accurately depict the conversation, which is depicted in S15A?
Yes.
Your Honor, permission to publish S15A.
Any objection? Go ahead, please.
So it's his right, he needs to see it, because when you're doctored, I just want to make sure he sees that, okay?
It didn't start the
I'm not sure where it is. Yeah, he's inside. I don't know why the car's not here. That's strange.
So, Breanna, is that you speaking on that video?
Yes.
And is that Corey speaking on that video?
Yes.
And does that audio video accurately depict your conversation with Corey on April 2nd of 2021 at approximately 9 a.m.?
Yes.
Now, Breanna, I'm also going to show you what's been marked. Yes. I'm now showing you what's been marked S18 for identification purposes, and can you tell us what that is?
It's a flash drive.
Okay, and are you familiar what is contained within that flash drive?
Yes.
And contained within that flash drive, there are 4 videos, correct?
Yes.
And the videos have been marked A, B, C, and D, correct?
Correct.
And you reviewed those videos before you came to court today, correct?
Correct.
And in regard to video A, you are actually depicted on that video, correct?
Correct.
And you're familiar with the location which is depicted on that video, correct?
Correct.
And video A is a video of the Atlantic Heights gym complex from March 20th of 2021, correct?
Correct.
And that video starts when you had dropped Corey off that day to his father at the complex, correct?
Correct.
And so you're located on that video, right?
Correct.
And can you tell the court who else is located on video A who you are familiar with?
Yes, the defendant and my son Corey.
Okay, and obviously you're familiar with the defendant, correct?
Yes.
And you've known him for several years.
Yes.
Now, bringing your attention to videos B, C, and D, you also viewed those videos, correct?
Correct.
And you're familiar as to who is located on those videos, correct?
Correct.
And can you tell the court who is located on those videos?
The defendant and my son Corey.
Now, the Atlantic Heights clubhouse gym area you're familiar with, correct?
Yes.
And you've been there before?
Yes.
And about how many times have you been there?
Maybe once.
And you're familiar with the inside of the clubhouse gym?
Yes.
And are you familiar also with the outside of the clubhouse gym?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, we've moved to publish A with the foundation laid.
Any objection? Please go ahead.
He doesn't want to see it. Your Honor, at this point, we would publish the video. Does the court want to see video A?
Mr. Gallucci, do you have any objection to the authentication of that video? Or?
I don't.
All right. So no, the court's seen the previous videos. I've already made detailed rulings under Evidence Rule 901 as to the authentication and the manner in which they were seized, retrieved, and the chain of custody, including the forensic analysis. The purpose of this hearing is simply for a witness with personal knowledge to be able to identify the defendant and to identify Corey. So whatever you feel you need to do just to handle that issue on the record, I think if you just play a few moments of the video, that should be sufficient.
You want us to do that now, Judge?
I think so. I think we just, outside the presence of the jury, I think the witness needs to identify
Sure.
the defendant and the child on the video.
Okay, Judge, we can publish A, and then we can publish, I guess, B, C, and D. B, C, and D, she's not actually there in that portions of the video, but if we show a portion of that, I believe she would be able to identify the parties.
Well, I find she's got sufficient familiarity with both of them to be able to identify them on her personal knowledge, unlike, say, a police officer who doesn't personally know the defendant or the victim prior to the incident identifying them.
Thank you, Judge. Permission to publish video A, please?
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Now, Breanna, you just viewed video A. Can you tell the court who is present on that video?
Myself, the defendant, and my son Corey.
And who is the adult male that is located on that video?
The defendant,
And who is a child who is located on that video?
Corey.
And can you tell the court where are you located in that video?
I was in my car.
And calling your attention now to, I guess we'll go with video B, if we get permission to publish.
Please go ahead.
Just tell me when to stop. I'll have to fast forward through some of it.
Now, Breanna, you just observed video B, and can you tell the court who is the adult male located in that video?
The defendant.
And who is the child located in that video?
Corey.
And have you been to that gym complex?
I have.
And does that accurately depict the gym complex at the Atlantic Heights Clubhouse?
Yes.
And does it accurately depict what it looked like on March 20th of 2021 as shown in this video?
Yes.
Your Honor, in regard to videos C and D, I believe that there would be the same proffer by the witness.
Those will be redundant for the purpose of this hearing.
They are, Judge. They are videos that follow one another in a sequence.
Mr. Gallucci, any objection to not playing those other videos at this hearing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Any further questions?
No, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Gallucci.
Good morning, Ms. Micciolo.
Good morning.
So, the recording on April 2nd, 2021, when did you first become aware of that recording?
When Dennis Mitchell called me and asked me about it,
Okay. And do you recall when that was?
I would say a few months later.
Okay. So it was still in 2021?
Yes.
And what, if anything, did he tell you?
He just asked if I knew there was a recording the day that Corey passed away.
And did you know that?
No.
Do you know how that recording happened then?
It seems like it was by accident.
So you accidentally recorded the drop-off of your son?
Yes.
Okay. Had you ever done that before?
Early on in the custody battle, yes.
Okay. So, but early on when you did that, did you do it on purpose?
Yes.
Okay. So this time you're saying it was not on purpose.
It was not.
And when you became aware of it, did you recall that conversation with your son?
I think so, yeah.
So what do you do recall?
I remember it, yeah.
Okay. Did you remember it after you heard it?
Yes.
No further questions, Judge.
Thank you. Anything else from the
Just
state?
one quick question. Can you tell the court what happened with your phone as to how the audio recording occurred and the placement of your phone?
It was, I think, either on my lap or the chair.
No further questions, Judge.
Anything in light of that?
I'm good, Judge.
All right, ma'am, thank you for coming in. Please don't discuss your testimony with anybody. I'm sure the state's going to call you back later this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Just watch your step.
Can I see counsel at sidebar before we go any further?
I'm